Okay, so Bungie released a Dev Insight Season 23 weapon tuning. So yeah, we're gonna check this big bad boy out, maybe. Hopefully it's good. We'll see. It is actually pretty good. There's some okay things that I've already looked over it, so let's get into it. I don't care to read all this extra stuff. I'm just gonna get straight down into the important part. Weapon archetypes. We discovered a couple of with mistimed ammunition loading animations. Mistimed. So Drang and Zelu, I can't speak today. Zelu's Bane to load ammo at the correct point in the animation, so obviously some sort of bug there. DPS generally in a good play. Increased damage against minor red bar combated by 10%. Pulse rifles increase damage against minor red bar and major orange bar by 12.5%. Glaives increased projectile speed by 30%. Increased projectile damage in PvP by 25%. Decreased projectile damage in PvP. Aggressive 123, 113 for adaptives, and rapid fires 101. Melee long delay. They got rid of the delay, made it shorter for the melee, which is interesting. A lot shorter too. That's a huge difference. 0.2 of a second instead of 0.75 of a second. So that's going to be interesting to see. Shields got changed. They made the shield energy now recharge passively when the glaive is held at a rate of 1% per second. Set up the base glaive shield damage resistance to be tiered in PvP. Base glaive shield damage resistance remains at 50%. Damage resistance against primary ammo weapons and melee attacks have been reduced to 30%. Interesting. So basically, shotguns has a 50% damage reduction, which means you'll survive a shotgun shot, but a hand cannon, you'll still survive, but it won't be as tanky. Increased sniper to rifle PV damage with a flat buff 15%. This also applies to exotic sniper rifles that use heavy ammo, like Whisper of the Worm may be good, potentially. Let's get down to the juicy stuff. So, Vex Methacast is getting a buff. They increased the damage versus red bars by 10%, bosses by 25%, like, that's a big increase. And champions by 200% when in the linear fusion rifle mode. That is insane damage right there. That's crazy. I'm excited to see how that turns out. Revision 0 got the same thing, except it just increased its damage by 100% because it keeps its anti-barrier effect. Season 23, Thorn will be getting both a catalyst to bring its strength up to PvP and a change to the base behavior to make it more fun to use in PvE. This is interesting. And then, so what they're doing is if you pick up a Remnant, you can overflow the magazine up to 40 rounds max. Like, I'm interested about that. I don't know how that's going to work exactly. Because let's say like Crucible, you shoot 3 shots, right? Does the Remnant give you those 3 shots back and then can overflow it? Or gives you like a specific amount back? I'm wondering like how that works. Can you get a 40 round mag in PvP? Because that's going to be the most cracked hand cannon ever if you can. Can you imagine 40 rounds and you don't have to ever reload? That's going to be stupid broken, potentially. Unless it's only PvE, because, I mean, it does say up here it's more fun to use in PvE. So I'm not sure how that's going to work. We'll see. It says can overflow, so it's not a guarantee. I'm guessing it's a chance at it. It says up to 40, so it might not be 40 right away. We'll see. The Catalyst is obviously giving it plus 20 range, plus 10 stability, which we already knew about. Plus it's getting killing win, basically. But except it's getting kills or picking up a Remnant, grants additional range, handling, mobility. They literally said originally they didn't buff, when they buffed hand cannon range, they buffed Thorn because they didn't want it to be meta, so it's ironic they're buffing its range on 2 fronts. Just saying, I think that's funny. Bungie said they wouldn't do that, but they did it. Here's where my favorite part is. So personally, I use the exotic glaives. I love them. I think they're really cool. Even back before they got buffed, I thought they were really good and really good designed. They just needed more. And they updated them even more, and now they're giving them even more. And this is going to be insane. I'm excited for this. So, the change they made is they grant 1 ammo when you activate the perk so you can use it, even if you are out of ammo. So basically, if you have 0 ammo, you activate the perk, it gives you the shot back, 1 shot so you can shoot. I'm excited about that. No longer passively drains the shield energy when you special reload to activate the perk, which is amazing because it's no longer tied to the shield, so you can keep it infinitely. No longer deactivate by reloading or storing the weapon. So what you activate the perk, you can reload your gun entirely, or swap it off and swap back to it later and use it. This is a game changer for glaives, for the exotic glaives. This is a game changer. I'm excited to see how this works. This could be insane. So, Edge of Intent, that is the Warlock one. It gives you a healing effect, a little healing turret. They're changed the healing turrets to grant cure and provide restoration. So basically what that means is when the turret hits you, it'll give you a small bit of your health back, and then you have restoration to give you more of your health back every time the turret hits you. So that's insane. And they increased the AoE radius to 8 meters to benefit more nearby players. That's interesting. So now it's going to shoot farther away. Not much farther away, I think, but it'll be pretty cool. They finally increased its magazine size because that was the biggest problem with it. But now also because they're making it where you don't have to reload to activate the perk because you get an ammo one shot for free. So honestly, the magazine really didn't matter then, but it's still nice they did it because it was annoying. It only had 4, so I'm happy they increased that. The Titan one, which is insane already, like it gives you an overshield if you wear the helmet. So now it's even crazier. So if you pass through the weapon, the bubble now grants bonus reload, handling, and a small amount of stacking bonus damage in addition to the overshield. This is literally a true baby bubble now. So it's a stacking bonus damage. So that either means one of two things. When you have the overshield, it gives you like max stack of damage, and if you lose a portion of your overshield, you will lose a percentage of your damage. Or it means, or it could be both, but or it means is it'll stack with everything else. So it'll stack with a buff, a debuff, a perk, a fragment, something like that, like a stack of other things. I'm not sure exactly what they mean by that. It could be either way. Either way, it's cool, and if it's both, that's even cooler. So we'll see how that goes. They reduced the health of the bubble to 2,400 from 8,000. Thank goodness, because honestly, it was ridiculous that it was literally a easy to access bubble at 8,000 health. Like that blew my mind how dumb that was. To account for the increased uptime and improved effects. Still a lot of health, but for a bubble that's not really a bubble. But we're literally now getting a baby bubble. So in theory, in Crucible, if you're really good at glaives, you could then run like another type of Titan build and have a baby bubble on hand. Or you can have a baby bubble on hand for the flipping points for trials. So this potentially could be insane, because now it gives you weapons of light and armor with the helmet, and it makes you have better handling and reload speed. So this could be a new meta. I don't know. It depends on how good they are, but it could be a new meta. The Warlock and Titan one, both nice. This Hunter one I'm excited for. I love the Hunter one. I always thought it was fun. Does a huge amount of damage. Most people don't like it that much, but I think it's a great option for major killing. There's a lot of majors in activity. This thing is crazy. So they're giving it Jolt. I've been saying that since the beginning. I'm glad they're doing it. It does suck they're reducing the direct hit damage of it, but it does make sense because you're getting basically free ammo now. It's so easy to get it, so I get it. It's fair enough. It's not that big of a deal. So as long as they don't say how much they reduced it by, so hopefully it wasn't a ton. If they reduced it by a ton, then it's gonna suck. So hopefully it was just a little bit. We'll see. Australia is getting a nerf because it is ridiculously overpowered. I don't think this nerf's gonna do much. But yeah, they removed this SMG damage bonus scaler that was affecting the poison damage. So when they buffed SMGs, the poison when you shoot and those little balls come out and they poison something, those poison was actually getting the damage of the SMG instead of their own damage. Like it's scaled, like each of the poison ticks, not the initial hit, but the ticks themselves had the same damage increase as when SMGs got buffed, which was a bug, and everyone was saying it had to have been a bug, and they were right. Bungie confirms it was a bug, basically. So they're going to bring down the poison to match the standard necrotic grip poison, so what it's supposed to be instead of what it was doing. And then it'll still deal 40% bonus damage against minors, so it's still going to be extremely good for ad clearing. But they're hoping it'll bring it down a bit more, so we'll see. I don't think it will, but we'll see. Salvation's Grip. Place a speed limit on the detonation when damaging stasis crystals. This will help prevent the detonation from being able to shatter too many crystals on a single frame, which would sometimes kick the player or if an error cord. I don't use this thing, so I never had this thing happen, but I bet that would have been an annoying thing to happen, and people probably would have lost their minds. Why am I getting kicked? That's funny. Winter Bite, one of my favorite heavies. I love this thing. The bug with it was great, but as a whole, it's actually a pretty good glaive. So I'm excited to see they're actually doing something with it. So they didn't want to leave Winter Bite out, since their glaives are getting improved. So they made it a little stronger, but a little bit less lethal to the user, which is great, because you would kill yourself all the time with this thing. This thing would knock you out of the park. It was hilarious, but bad to use because of that. But its damage is already good, so now they're increasing the detonation damage of the large projectile by 25%. So now when it hits something, when it detonates, it'll do 25% more damage. Potentially good, potentially really good. We'll see. I'm hoping there'll be enough to bring it into really decent usage. We'll see. The self-damage blast radius has been halved and the self-damage has been reduced. Thank goodness. I don't know how much it's been reduced by, but I'm assuming it's so you don't one-tap yourself, because you could 100% do that before. And it was the funniest thing ever, but also annoying. So I'm glad fixing that. Danger Zone, we had a small change to how Danger Zone works on rocket launchers. You can figure it out for yourself when Season 23 drops. Ooh, Bungie making it a secret. Those little turds. Fair enough. Heavy grip, we discovered that the heavy grip perk was slightly increasing incoming flinch. That was not intended, so we removed it. Wow, that's a heck of a bug. Well, that's not a thing. Precision instrument. The difference between precision instrument and enhanced precision instrument was barely noticeable in practice, so we wanted to differentiate. Wow, I cannot speak today, dude. My English is just getting worse. Holy cow. I know what it says, but I can't say it out loud. You do the work, I'm not doing it. The 2 a bit, we increased enhanced precision instrument damage bonus at max stacks from 26 to 30%. So damage increase, that's cool. Connect trimmers, we wanted to make the activation requirements more consistent across archetypes, so we changed the number of hits needed to trigger on some weapons. Pulse rifles reduced from 12 to 11, the enhanced increased from 9 to 10. Non-burst sidearms, common reduced from 12 to 8, enhanced reduced from 9 to 7. So reduced both for sidearms. Fair enough. Future. This is exciting. In Season 23 mid-season patch, or the patch that will launch with the final shape, we will have a host of new changes for you to try. Some highlights to look forward to are near future. So this is next season's mid-season patch by the looks of it. Bow tuning and PvP. So they're fixing bows. Bows are just ridiculous in PvP right now, so thank goodness. Sucks we gotta wait till mid-season next season, but you know what? I'll accept it. At least they're doing some. Additional weapon tuning for Checkmate aimed at promoting a better diversity of weapons. I really believe Checkmate is going to become the actual norm for all PvP. That's why they're doing so much testing for it, and I like where it's going, and as long as they keep doing it right, I think Checkmate will be the new PvP experience all around, and I think it'll be good for new players, old players, all types of players. So I'm actually excited for that. We'll see if that's what they end up doing. I'm pretty sure they will, but we'll see. Far future, I don't really agree with this one too much. I like it, but it's not that good in PvP, which is where I love Necrochasm. So this will be for the final shape, according to what they're saying. So Necrochasm will be getting a buff to extend the duration of the poison damage over time effect. It applies from the cursed at all. So that's good. That part's good. Makes the poison last longer, which is a great thing. It's needed that, so I'm glad about that. It will also have a new catalyst called One for Thrall. This I don't agree with. I think it's a good idea, and I think it's okay, but they're not adding range on top of it. It needs to be base range increase with the catalyst. But we'll see. Which grants a moderate period of increased range, or increased damage, range, and aim assist after you damage 3 enemies in quick succession. Damaging 3 more enemies with the perk is active refreshes the timer. Okay, so it should just be damaging an enemy after you get it to activate. Should keep it going. Should add a couple seconds, and if you get 3 of them rapidly, it will, like, put it to max, which will refresh. But there should be damaging will increase the timer by a small amount. Just damaging in general when you get it to activate. 1, that's how that should work. 2, again, they're not adding base range, which is the biggest problem with Necrochasm. It has no range for PvE or PvP. And yeah, PvE will be a lot easier now because, you know, you can hit 3 things, get the increased damage, range, and aim assist. But for PvP, getting all 3 targets, especially in trials, to hit all 3 people before you get it, I don't know about that. I think they just need to add base range, and it'll really help it. But we'll see. We'll see. Like I said, we won't know until they bring it out. Buffs to Truth, Colony, and Dead Man's Tale, as well as other exotic weapons. Okay, Dead Man's Tale don't need a buff. Unless they're talking about PvE specifically, PvP it doesn't need a buff. Dead Man's is in a really good place right now. Not many people use it, but the few that do are really good with it, and it's really good. The few that don't use it, well, they don't like, well, the majority don't use it, they complain about it, but they can't use it. It's a skill thing right now. There's a skill gap that's actually, I think, good for it. Where it doesn't become meta again, but it's not shit either. It's right in between. So really hope they're talking about PvE there. Truth needs a buff, 100%, so does Colony for PvE. They're useless in PvE and PvP. So buff for both, awesome. Other exotic weapons, we'll find out what those are when they come around. But heavy grenade launchers will get a substantial inventory buff. So I think what this means is reserved ammo. So all heavy grenade launchers will get, like, so let's say right now they hold 20 rounds. By this, I think they're meaning they're going to give them like 30 rounds. Not literally, it'll probably like 25 or something, but well, I don't know. It says substantial, so they might get like 30. If it was 20 now, it'd be 30. There's potential. That'd be pretty substantial. So we'll see. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about what they mean by that. But this is a really good Dev Insight. I like this. Season 23 weapon tuning preview. Like this, there's a lot of good stuff in here. I won't lie, I enjoy this. So I'm really excited about some of these changes. Obviously, like I said, couple I'm not. I'm excited for the exotic glaives. 100% want to see the power of these things better. They're so good, yet they're so trash at the same time because they're just need a little bit more that makes them meta. I think these two, the Warlock and the Titan one, will definitely become really useful. Hunter one I still don't see as being too good. It is good for damage, but I need something, and I don't. A jolt will definitely help it, but I don't think it's enough. Think there's something else missing. I can't figure it out either. I've been trying to figure out for a while. I already knew these two, and I'm glad they're doing what I literally was thinking about forever. Like these needed buffs. So we'll see about that. Austriga getting a slight nerf. I still don't think it's gonna be that big a deal. Winter Bite, hallelujah. Please make Winter Bite meta or Bungie. Please Bungie make fucking it meta. I want Winter Bite to be meta again for damage. It's such a fun gun to shoot. So exciting. It's so dumb. They gotta do it. Salvation's Grip, they fixed its bug. They have some cool perks and stuff. So this as a whole is a really good one. This is like what we like to see. They'll probably have more details tomorrow in the TWAB about some other things. Answer some questions people ask. We'll see. But this has been the Dev Insights for Season 23 Weapon Tuning. And I'm excited for it. I can't wait to see what else they're doing because it's just a preview. So, well, I'm excited. If you enjoyed, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. I appreciate it. Y'all have a good day. I'm out.